Good morning and happy Wednesday. Today is on the Everyday Riches show. Oh, I'm so excited. We have Barbara Beckley here. And you may have noticed that my partner in crime, Barbara Ellison, is not here today. I know, she is doing some other worky things that need to get done. You know, we all have things going on and it's coming up to the holidays and we're going to, it's busy. But anyway, if you don't know me already, I'm Pat Knauer. I am the CEO of Corner Office University. It's a business and training, coaching, and certification program. And I just came up with that it's a coaching certification program because it really isn't. But I used to I used to develop certification programs. So hey, I think maybe it's time to develop a certification program. Anyway, I'm so thrilled to have Barbara Beckley here. Barbara, I'm so glad you're here.
I am so glad I am here. This is different for me. I'm always on the other side of the fence what you're doing. And for you just to ask to be on your show, totally honor. I truly appreciate you so much. And Barbara. I know she couldn't make it today, but thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah,
Everyday
so
Ritual Show. I love the title. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we developed this Everyday Riches show, and if you don't know the history of it, Barbara and I developed this show about 2.5 years ago, and we developed everything for it. We had guests, we had the design of it, we had all the branding and everything done for it, and then we just let it die. We didn't do anything. One of the mistakes we made starting, and here on the show we're very transparent about what we're doing well, what we're not doing well, because everybody should learn about what we're doing. So we'll talk about that in a minute, Barbara, because you have had a learning curve, I'm sure, as well. But so this took form, I guess, about 2 months ago or so. Barbara picked up the phone one day and she said, this is Barbara Ellison. She said, I think it's time for us to do this show. And it was like, yes, so let's just do this. So here we are. We're so happy to be here. But back to Barbara, because Barbara Beckley, oh my gosh, if you don't know Barbara, you need to know her. She is the founder of the Diamond Factor LLC. Join her group. It's amazing. She's a professional speaker, four-time international Amazon best-selling author, purpose strategist, and social media personality who is on a mission to empower women to understand their PPD, which is purpose, passion, and drive, and to not get go completely off track, letting the storms in their lives be their identity, but to understand their real inner purpose so they can shine like diamonds in their business and personal life. Barbara understands how it feels to be uncertain, confused, depressed, and sad. After losing a father at the age of 17 due to a murder, it must have been horrible, a survivor of sexual abuse and cancer conqueror for over 9 years, she identifies with what it means to deal with internal pain, insecurity, and searching for your purpose. She understands what it means to be a reliable individual and expects to have it all together, yet you're crumbling inside. She created the Diamond Factor LLC to help understand that everyone has a special gift, skill, purpose, and diamond within. Barbara, I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you for reading that, Pat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like I
Absolutely.
said, I just get excited. My thing is, as you've read my intro, is about helping women, period. And all the stuff, we all have our stories. Pat has hers. I know the other Barbara has hers. We all have them. But I always say those are stepping stones of strength in our lives.
Yeah.
So, take it in. I always say, take it in. I know it gets rough. I mean, you heard some of the things that I went through, and some people still look at me like, and you're still smiling? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, because I have a mission. I said, it's not about me anymore. It's about creating an impact for other women to give them hope. So, Pat, I love Pat and Barbara because I'm thinking about how we all got connected. Because first I met Barbara, well, it's been like a year ago, and
Mm-hmm.
she came to one of my events that I had. And then we didn't talk for a while. It was like we were kind of so busy on our own thing. And I told her before we stopped talking for a minute, and I said, I know we're going to do some collaboration together. I know we're going to do something. And she's like, yeah, but it wasn't the right timing. So that's one thing that, just to kind of seep into that, sometimes
Yeah.
you meet people in life for that moment, and it might not be that timing that you two are going to be working together, but you never give up on it because you never know when it's going to come back around. And then and it sinks in. And that's what happened to me and Barbara. And then then after that, when we came back together, and I said I wanted her to be have a show under the Diamond Factor, and she said you have to meet Pat, and I was like, okay, and then, she just said Pat, and when I met Pat, she was right. She was right. I'm so glad, Pat, that we met. And then she decided to do her show on the Diamond Factor, and it's just been just powerful, powerful.
So I think it's really amazing because you are such a promoter of the people within your community. You've developed a series of shows for people, or they've all developed their own. I mean, I'm one of them as well. But I mean, you've given us a platform to develop a show to be able to reach people who really need the help. And it's such a wide variety of different shows that are offered on, through the Diamond Factor. How did you come up with this concept?
Well, first when I first started, we go through our like learning experiences through social media and just in your business in general. And when I first started, I was like putting stuff out there about me, and I was having my talks every day about different tips about your passion, purpose, and drive, because I really get into that with the women so they can understand what their foundation is. And I started doing that every day on my page. And then I created the group. I said, oh, we can create a group and just put more information about all that. And then I noticed something. I said to myself, I said, wait a minute. This is all about me. Says I just see me all over that group. And I said, if this is a group, is this a social, is this a networking? I'm trying to have women to be exposing their business stuff. Why is it all me? That's not even my concept. I wasn't even going on my own mission. And again, just as like a tip here, that sometimes you have to look back and tweak at things and look at your mission statement and your vision on what you're trying to do and say, are you on that same track of what you're doing around you for your website and for your social media or whatever you're doing? So I found out that I wasn't even, doing my own mission statement right within what I was doing on social media. So I turned the tables on that. I said, okay, I need, first of all, to see what avenues can I put in this group that's going to help other women elevate them in their business, elevate them, get that exposure so people know who they are. So that's when I created Diamond Factor Spotlight interviews, where I spotlight business women and people get to know them, know their personality, want to work with them. And then I tweak their interviews. I make it, I call it sexy. I make it a little sexy so people can look at their interviews better by putting an intro and outro and just, making it and then sending them a link, putting it on other, websites and everything like that, because that's the mission that I have. So that's why I created that. And then I said, I want to go a little further. I said, I'm talking about exposure for women. So I said, let's do like a show, like they can use a Diamond Factor, and then under there, they can put their shows under there. So that was the other idea I had, and it just blossomed from there.
Well, it's total brilliance when you think about it, because nobody does this alone. You can't do business alone. So why not bring people into your business that like, and trust, that will accentuate your business, and your business becomes exponentially more powerful.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's just I just, because I look at your show because you're on Mondays, and then, me and Barbara, we have our show together, and then, we have other ladies through the whole week. And people would think that, well, Barbara, are they telling people to come to Diamond Factor, and are you getting more, clicks and all that stuff? I said, what I look at? I look at each person's show and I'd be like, who's engaging? And I'd be trying to push people and say, this woman's amazing. You need to listen to what she has to say. She has the goods. I always want to push that because that's what it's all about for me. Right. So if no one, comes to me, which would be nice, I want to work with people because I have my own business. But, like I said, I keep thinking about that mission and say, no, I want people to push towards the ladies because they have something and I want them to be more exposed. So, it's always puts a smile on my face when I see people come in to watch your show and to watch other ladies' shows, because that means that you are creating an impact in their lives. And that's what's important. That's what's important.
That's exactly right. And everything we do, it's all about impact, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it sure is. Yes. So you mentioned your business. Tell us about your business.
So again, my business is called the Diamond Factor LLC. So I always tell people it's an umbrella. So under that umbrella of Diamond Factor LLC, I have three items that I do. First, I do coaching, webinars, personal development under what I call the PPD format, person, passion, and drive, because I always tell people you always need a foundation in your life. So what is your foundation in your life as a human being? Well, first, we're all put on this earth for a purpose. We're all put in this, and you have a passion behind it. And then we have your drive, and I call it the drive your stories in your life. Because one thing about it, you were reading my bio earlier. I'm not going to never forget what happened to me in those situations, but I didn't let it become a victim in my life. I moved to say I'm going to be victorious in it, and not only be victorious, but it's always going to push me to keep moving in my purpose and passion, because I always remember that I need to move that needle forward to help the other women so they can move that needle forward in their lives. So they don't let those stories just make them a victim. And that's what I really want to make sure. And that's what I do, the coaching, and help women really understand that they have a purpose, and it might not be what they do daily on their job. See, that happened to me again. I'm in corporate too, so I'm best of both worlds here. And, I tell ladies all the time, that might not be your true purpose what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, you're doing an excellent job. You got the talents. You've probably been working there for years, just like I have. But you might think about, well, maybe I'm supposed to be doing something different, or I like doing something else. So that's what I, go into when I do the coaching for the PPD thing. And then I also have another part where I do social media content coaching, where another thing, it all goes back to helping women with their exposure. So I told myself, with all this pandemic going on, and the craziness that we're dealing with, that I kind of reinvented something. I got another opportunity that I said, maybe I can start doing social media assessments for the ladies to see where they're at, within all their platforms, and then give them some good and bad and ugly tips, as I call it. I know I think of Clint Eastwood movie when I say that. I don't know, just pops in my head every time I say it. And this to help them out to move forward, because, you need to leave your footprints so people get to know you too. And if you're like on LinkedIn, another person, then you're in Facebook, another title, and get people confused. So that's the kind of things I do. I kind of assess all the platforms, talk to them about it, give them a 30-minute overview. And then after that, I have certain packages if they want me to help them grow in those areas. And then the third pillar that I have under the Diamond Factor is speaking. I do speaking, events. I'm creating an event now that's going to be coming out 2021, dealing with people, passion, and drive, and also dealing with more best practices regarding your social media. So a lot of good things are coming up. Within that, as you know, Pat, I do my interviews with the ladies. That's my heart, because I love to do that, do those one-on-one interviews. And then with this show now that I have to give more exposure, it's like, wow.
On fire. Totally on fire. Yeah, I mean, I'm always amazed because it seems like you never sleep.
I know everybody tells me that. They said, do you get at least 15 minutes of sleep? I said, you know what? I've been getting more sleep lately, which I've been surprised too. I've been surprised
That
too.
is a surprise. So you were talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly on social. Oh my gosh, there's so much ugly out there. Can tell us an ugly story?
Ooh, okay. So no
Well, and
names,
the only reason I'm
names,
asking
but I can tell
that
you.
is the only reason I'm asking you to do that is because a lot of times people make mistakes in their social media they don't even realize that they're making.
Oh yeah,
So if
definitely.
you talk about an ugly mistake, I mean, it could be something that somebody's out there doing right now and don't even realize that they're doing it.
Oh yeah, the ugly helps us out. I was ugly.
Yeah.
Before I even started, I was ugly. I was not, and I always use myself as an example to learn and grow too, is that one of the biggest things that I always tell the ladies when I'm doing assessments is that they need to know who you are, what you're doing, what you're messaging, what value are you going to give to your clients. If you're using social media as a marketing, technique, branding, you need to hone into that. If you're just using your personal page as, oh, I want to see pictures of family members, and you see my cat, you see my dogs, we're having fun, you put a little joke, which sometimes you do that even when you're branding, because people need to know
Right.
your personality. But if you're just doing it just for that alone, then it's okay, because you're just doing it for fun and to meet people. But when you're branding yourself, and you're marketing your business. That's in every area of social media. I mean, if you have, Twitter account, if you have Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those goodies, you need to make sure across the board that your messages of you are in sync. So I had one person, myself, like I said, myself too, when I first began everything, over here I was a speaker, then somewhere else I was doing coaching for this, and somewhere else I was planting plants or something. And, one person just came to me one day and said, Barbara, I am totally confused. What do you do? What do you do? And then LinkedIn, they said you got a little paragraph. You said you're doing some Toastmaster stuff, and then you're doing something over here with some woman thing, and then over there you said you. And they said I got totally so confused. I just couldn't even look at your websites. I couldn't even look at social media anymore. They said now you have some. Seem like you have some good information, but they just didn't know what I did. So I was like, oh. So when they told me that, and I'm glad they did, because they could have just been quiet about it and moved on. But that told me right there, that started the wheels turning in my head to say, okay, first of all, before I even talk about give any assessment to anybody about their social media, let me get mine together and make sure that people understand who I am, what I do, and what I'm about, and what my total mission is, so they know if they want to work with me, they know what I do. So I started with, taking it down, a lot of pictures, a lot of certain things that I had up that didn't really coincide with my mission. And I started putting things up. So now everybody, if I hear Diamond Queen, I hear the Queen Diamond, I hear Diamond Expert, all this stuff, because that is the Diamond Factor LLC is my brand and my name. So you're going to start hearing that when your messaging is in all areas of your social media. You're going to start hearing that buzzword of who you are. And that gives you a sign that now people get who you are. Your branding is being intact.
And the beautiful thing that you've done really, really well is you have built this brand of the Diamond Factor. So many times people will use their own name as their brand. And the problem is, somewhere down the line, if they ever decide, if their business grows into a company and they decide they want to sell it, it's almost impossible to sell it if it's your name. Yeah. And you've done it really well, because you've done it as the Diamond Factor, and people are calling you the Diamond Queen, but like that's, you're the head of the Diamond Factor, right? It's not just, again, it's not about you, it's about the brand that you've built, and you're doing it brilliantly. I mean, totally brilliantly.
Thank you. And I'm telling you, Pat, I watch your show all the time, and you've been giving me so many tips. So I thank you for, the business tips that you give, just not to me, but to the lovely ladies that is needed out there that needs to know. Like I said, collaboration.
So much more coming. Oh my gosh! I mean, the content is unlimited. Just it's so funny. I was on a call the other day, and somebody was saying, what can you talk about for 30 minutes and not have to have notes in front of you? And it's like, oh my gosh, don't even get me going. It's and you're the same way, right? Because you totally love what you do, and you're such a pro at what you do. So yeah, you don't need those notes in front of you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Thing. So where is the biggest problem? So many people, we hear about purpose and passion all the time, and yet there seems to be some confusion about what people's purpose and passion is. And a lot of people get really stuck because they don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what their passion is. Give us a tip for people who are kind of trying to figure it out.
Yeah. One thing I explain to women that there's no cookie cutter to it. Some people, they want to hear 2 + 2 is 4, purpose, passion, then you get 4, and I'm good, and I understand. But when you think about it, Pat, from the time we were born to now, whatever age area that you're in, you go through these valleys of life. So you're born with a purpose. You're here, you're standing here, you're a woman or a man. You have certain gifts, talents that you do, but throughout your life, it's kind of like you're getting molded and you're grooming in those. So something that I was at 17 that I had a purpose of, now that I'm in my age, I'm 52 now, that I still have that insight of those talents and gifts, but now they changed through time because I went through my valley. So that's why a lot of people are like, well, I just can't find my purpose. What is the purpose? I'm confused. And they get so frustrated with that word purpose that they don't understand it's an continuous cycle of life. You have the goods in you. It's just those goods are being used in different areas of what you're doing in life. And then what's the nice thing about it? Because, people say, well, Barbara, you talk about the passion with it. I said, that's like an extra to me, because when you, just like right now, I love my purpose. I know is to help women and get them out there and exposed. Now, how I do it, there's a lot of ways. And that's why I tell people, you might have that one purpose, but there's a whole bunch of ways that you can get to doing that purpose. But then when you have that passion, because you wake up, you go to sleep, and you're like, what can I think of? What can I do now? What kind of idea do I have, for this particular thing that I do? That's when you just get all giddy inside. And that's what tells you between your work, and then your true passion and purpose. Because I've been working for insurance, like I said, for years. Do I like it? Yeah. Is it my purpose? Is it my passion? No. No.
Yeah.
But I do, but I do it because, like I said, sometimes, like you said, you fall into things in life. But even when I took on working in insurance at the age of 16,
Wow.
I was working. I was in high school, and then after that, I would go to insurance agency and work. And that was like the work. They had like what's called a workforce program that they had at the school. And even with that, I still found myself in the office wanting to help others, wanting to be there for others. Just didn't know how it was supposed to be worked out at that point. But I knew that deep purpose that I had in me was still working things out through the insurance world that I was in. So that's why I tell people. But now, 12, 13 years ago, now I said, you know what? I became this person that wants to speak, that wants to get that voice out there more, that wants women to get their voice out. So now there's another change has happened. Still have that same purpose, but just working in different areas of my life. So just to put this all into one, I just want women and men, because I know you probably have men and women on the show that's watching, is that don't get so detailed on what the purpose. Just understand, get those gifts and talents in you, and understand that you have them there, and you're going to be dealing with them in different areas of your life. But it's all going to come to the whole thing about being passionate about what you do.
Absolutely. And business is just a tool.
Yeah.
Just like a hammer is a tool, just like a knife is a tool, the business that you're in is a tool. And yes, you're right. It changes over time. It does not, it's so interesting how our lovely universe, God, Allah, great computer in the sky, whatever you want to call it, how this energetic thing that rules all of us, it doesn't rule us, but guides us through life, that puts things in our way to make sure that we're staying on our purpose. And it may not look today like you're on your purpose, but you are. Because like you said, sometimes you have to have that piece of education, something to learn in order to get to where the next stage is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I love that you talk to people about not getting so tied up in what your purpose is, just live it.
Yeah, because but they get so caught up in trying to figure it out and try to, like I said, it's not an equation thing, it's not a cookie cutter, and then they miss out. You
Yeah.
miss out on so much more in life because you're so busy. Like, what is it? They told me I need to know. If I don't know, and I'm thinking in my mind, I tell somebody, I said, and if you don't know at the time, then what's going to happen? Are you just going to poof in a buff of smoke? You're here and you're living. Live your life. Live your life, and believe me, it's going to get through where you're doing things and you'll be like, now I am doing some things that I know that I feel deep inside is my purpose. And I love doing it. And I'm passionate about it. And these stories that I have in my life help me grow to that point. So when you think of it like that, just sit back and enjoy the ride, as I tell people in life.
Yeah. So when people feel like they're totally off track, what advice would you give to them?
I would say always step back and look at what put a smile on your face a long time ago. It could be when you were 6, when you were 10, when you were 20. I never say just pick a certain age, but I said, look back at those days and when you were dreaming about what you wanted to do or just anything in life, because I want them to kind of take themselves back, because right now their mind is so full of, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. But when you take a step back, breathe, I always tell people to breathe, just breathe. and take a step back and think about what you want to do. So this one lady I told, because she was like, Barbara, I just don't know. I'm really confused on it. I said, you know what? I want us to stop talking right now. I want you to breathe. And I want us both to go back in time. We're going to be in a time machine right now. And I want you to think of something that really made you happy. And it doesn't have to be some kind of work or whatever. Maybe you went out one day and the sun was shining. It was so beautiful. And you were like, this is the best day I ever had. Because I'm trying to get their mind at ease, because I want them to start thinking about, okay, the happy time then. And now let's think about some of the talents and gifts that you have in you. Because then that starts that journey. I tell them the journey that we go through, so they can kind of calm down and kind of, get in sync a little bit. And I always tell them, just because, today you're not going to get all the answers today. It's not going to happen. I'm really authentic when I talk to ladies, because I want them thinking, oh, in an hour's time, I'm going to know everything. No, it's a process. I'm still going through the process, and I coach on it. So definitely, take that time out. When you get overwhelmed, just sit back and think about one of those lovely days that you had. Those lovely days.
I think probably the only time you ever get through the process is right at death.
You're right. You said
everything in life is a process, isn't it?
I told myself, I said, I'm not getting done looking for my purpose stuff until they say, okay, she's gone. Get the flowers. You got to go to a funeral. That's the only time, because, you go through life learning all that. And then at the end of it, there's where you go. I think I'm trying to figure out who said where they said, you're born and then, you die. Of course, you pass. But what are you doing in between? What makes the most sense? What's where the values are? What are you, striving for? What are you loving and stuff? And I think if we focus more on that, a lot of other things starts to be like, to the point of like, well, it's not even worth getting stressed out. I read a quote this morning in the other, show I was doing, and I was by Maya Angelou, and I want to just read it real quick. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. So I love that quote, because it always reminds me of, there's going to be events, everything always happening, Pat. Everything. You know that. I mean, you can get up in the morning and the water might be off or whatever. Electricity. What do you do? I mean, and it's funny because that really happened last week. They're doing construction around my area because I live in Wisconsin. And then all of a sudden I wake up, I have no internet, I have no lights, and the water's off. And I was like, what happened? The world just changed overnight.
Did the world end?
Yeah, I was like, what happened? Did I miss something? I said, oh my God, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I was like, what did I do? But then after I calmed down, after 5 minutes, I breathed. Like I said, I sat back a minute. I was okay. I have candles for one, for light. And second of all, I probably needed an internet break. And I started writing down all my goals, things that I wanted to work on, some new ideas I had. So, you change the way when those events happen, you have to change and tweak it so you can still keep that peace, keep moving forward. So that's what, So that's why I like that quote. It reminds me of that.
Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving is coming next week. Yeah.
I got my little thankful cup. Somebody sent this to me the other day. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, it's really great.
Yeah, they sent it to me. They said, congratulations on the new show that I'm doing. And they sent me a thankful cup. Don't even know who it is. They didn't put a name. They just said, we just wanted just to give you something, a gift. So
that's really nice.
I know.
Well, tell us about the new show.
So the new show is called The Diamond Factor Experience with Barbara Beckley. And again, this is on, and I always say this wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, please do. It's a stream show TV channel that I'm under called E360 TV, and they have like 5 different streams that they send the show to. I know Ruko, is it Ruko or Roku? Roku. And then I know it's on the Amazon TV. They have Apple TV. They have Android TV, all the TV ones. I think even iHeart is under there too. And then, of course, YouTube and everything. So, when I seen that opportunity, I jumped to it because I'm like, what did I think of, Pat? You know what I thought about? More exposure for the women and the men.
Exposure, impact, absolutely.
Yes. And they said they get over 500,000 viewers a month.
Wow.
And when he told me that, I was like, where do I sign? How much do I have to pay a month? What do I got to do? Because I want to bring all all of my people with me, all my wonderful ladies and, different experts and stuff. So the show started 3 weeks ago. It's on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, 8 o'clock Central Time, and it's for an hour. And I have certain people that are experts on the show. They come on every week. Then I have other people that are just special guests that I want people to introduce to and get to know. And Pat doesn't know this shit. I'm throwing it out here now. She's going to be there. We're going to schedule something so she can be one of the special guest experts.
That would be great. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Well, that's exciting. So, so people can just go on. What's the name of the show again? And they would go online or they'd go on Roku or on Amazon TV. And what would they look up?
Yeah, the Diamond Factor Experience show with Barbara Beckley, and that's the name of the show. Yeah.
So look it up. Look it up. That's your assignment. I'm coming out of here right now. Every Monday, if you ever watch me on the Diamond Factor Experience, every single Monday on the Business Money Mastery Show, I give homework. So this is your homework today. Find Barbara's show. Barbara, what are you most excited about right now?
First of all, being on the show with you, I've seen you and Barbara, how, you started it and then for a while it kind of, like you said, you didn't get to it. And now you jump right back into it just wholeheartedly. So, I get excited when I see other women just succeeding. So I'm so glad and proud of you and Barbara doing this show. And I'm so glad that I was honored to be on here today. And again, if you need me to do anything to promote it or whatever, I do. Let me know and I'll do that. And then another thing I'm thankful for too is just everybody and supporting and starting to really understand what collaboration means. It's so important. I just wanted to put that out there. And just meeting different women like you and Barbara and other ones I've been meeting recently, that we're just finding things that we have in common. And not just sometimes just collaborating financial wise, but collaborating just in business friendship, maybe true friendship that might grow. You never know where it's going to lead you. So don't close those doors, because you never know the person you're talking to could be the one that be open some doors for you, or you open some doors for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Are you doing anything special business wise for Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
Well, what usually I'm working on some things, but the biggest thing is that if you get a social media assessment with me, usually it's $75 for it, but I'm just going to do $25 for that cyber. Like I said, you get 30 minutes assessment from me. I look at all your social media, and I also include your website. So I look at that as well. And then from that point, we have a talk. I give you, basically, we get on Zoom, and I will give you a copy of that. So it'll be recorded. You get that. You can look at it if you want to work with me more, because I have some other packages to help you enhance your social media if that's needed. I will do a 50% off of that as well for cyber.
Woo, that's an offer. Take advantage of that. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So I'm happy to do that. Like I said, I just want to make sure you're all flowing right. So that's good.
And do you have any kind of a freebie or anything like that for our viewers or listeners?
Well, freebies, I do. Well, my freebie right now is if you want to get exposure and have a 20-minute interview, and the interview will be like I said, will be specially tailored. Like I said, I put an intro and outro to make it nice, and you'll get a YouTube link, and you can put it on your page or website. That is free. That part of it is free. I don't charge for that, because that's one of my heart things that I like to give to the women. So I do have a Calendarly link that I could give to Pat. And then you can just right there, I'd like giving the link, because right there you can sign up for your date and your time. You don't have to do the middle, like sending an email and we're going back and forth. No, I wanted to get you on the calendar and get you hooked up with the interview.
So the link will be down in the comment section, so everybody can know where it is.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay. Yeah. And what are you most thankful for right now?
I am most thankful for wisdom right now and health. Wisdom, because it's been showing me that even through this whole pandemic, that I didn't know I can be so creative. I always told myself I was never a really creative person. I like to do processes and do and work and get things done and action and stuff. But it seemed like when you have to come up with, okay, what kind of creativity can you do for this particular advertisement or whatever video? I was like, I gotta find somebody to do that. But through this whole thing, Pat, I bought some software. I've been teaching myself. I know it's like they say, sometimes the good teachers is you just making mistakes and doing it over again. And through this whole thing, I've been working out how to do videos, like I said, to make things look better, and the wisdom of it. I'm so glad that I took the time to do that and had the time right now. As far as health, this is just not for me, but everybody. Like we're going through what we're going through, and I just thank God for that. I'm an asthmatic, so I had to really be careful going out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people asked me to come out and go to lunch. And I'm like, I love you, but I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
we can meet on Zoom. We can eat through Zoom, but I can't go out right now. Now they're saying that they're locking down a lot of states again because it's
I
going up.
know.
Yeah. So everybody,
Yeah.
please be careful. Please be careful. Put
Yeah.
the mask on.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's just not worth the risk. It's
No,
just
it's
not
not.
worth it. No.
No.
And, if you're going to be in an environment where there's going to be, real social distancing, that's one thing. But if you're going to be in close proximity to people, I'm amazed at a friend of mine. He was invited to his cousin's house for Thanksgiving next week. And he said no, because they're going to be in a normal size house and they've got 15 people coming. And he said, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. It's just, but anyway, it is what it is. So,
Yeah, well,
yes.
I just want to leave with this. I mean, just an idea, because I know I'm thinking about doing it too. A friend of mine is that they're doing a Thanksgiving dinner, through Zoom. I mean, they're cooking, they're having their food, and then they're getting in front of family members, and they're just all kind of eating in front. And I know a lot of people been doing that anyway. So
Yeah,
I know you're not there to hug and to, but at least you see each other. You can talk, you can talk about stories, what's going on with your
absolutely.
life and stuff. So I would
Ab-
advise people if they could do that. It's more safer
Yeah,
too.
it is. It is. But if you're going to be out with people, make sure you're social distancing, wearing the mask, washing your hands, doing all the things to keep yourself safe. Because, the world doesn't keep you safe. You have to do it yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it is
Take
the
the
way to do it.
initiative. Take the initiative. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, any last words, Miss Barbara? You are amazing. See, I was so excited to have you here.
I love you so much, Pat. Thank you so much. And
Love you too.
again, just to tell everybody, thank you. Just remember who you are. Your foundation, as I always say, like I said, the PPD. And don't rush it. Just believe in who you are. That deep voice inside you will always tell you, where to go, how to go, and what to do in life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Pat. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.